All right, hello, welcome. This is episode 34 of So Well Spoken. I'm Moris. With me is Angelus.
Yo.
And Slayven is back.
What up?
Dreams is not here. Hopefully he'll be back in the future.
He's in Maui chilling.
Yeah, he's on vacation. First thing I want to talk about is Muhammad Ali died.
Yes. Rest in peace to fucking legend.
The buzz phrase, the thing that every news outlet is saying about Muhammad Ali.
Oh, here we go.
Is that he transcended race. And I know, Angelus, following you on Twitter, that you feel a very certain type of way about this.
I do, man, because it's bullshit. Every time, I'm not trying to say, every time, white news outlets say, oh, such and such celebrity transcended race, it basically means we really don't like you as a race, but this one person, we can whitewash them enough to really, really like them and think that he was, down for all of us. And it's bullshit. That's all it is, man. Because, you never saw any of these news outlets talk about how pro-black Muhammad Ali was, on what grounds he refused to go into military service. He spoke about it at length, man. He was just like, I'm not going to go to a poor country and kill, other brown people when here in America, black people are treated like shit. And, we didn't have rights at some point. He's just like, I'm not going to do that. But, again, these news outlets have whitewashed into this fucking American hero, all-American, who wasn't just for black people, he was for everybody. Get out of here, man.
And I think there was similar shit popping up when Prince passed, too.
Yes, there was, unfortunately. And Prince was very pro-black as well. It's just it's amazing how you can erase how pro-black these people were and, turn it to this new, narrative that these people, these icons were they were there to uplift everybody. And it's you might have been uplifted by their music or watching their fights, but they were primarily there to uplift the oppressed black communities, man.
Yeah, it's like when white feminists get mad with Beyonce whenever she decides to be pro-black. They also forgot about
Jesus Christ. You
Nah,
all right, man?
I was just trying to watch something on TV. Like Angela was saying, they were gonna they did put Muhammad Ali in jail because he wouldn't go to a fight in Vietnam, and they called him everything but his government name.
Yep. And stripped him of all of his money as well.
Yeah, the term someone who transcended their race, it's really just code for one of the good ones.
Yeah.
And it's pretty wild to use it to describe Muhammad Ali, because he at no he is the last thing you'd call Muhammad Ali is a sellout.
Yeah.
He was so to the bitter end, he stuck to his guns.
And it's so weird. It's such a weird phrase to use, period, because
It don't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I said, his race was a problem, and it might have held him back, but he managed to get over it.
Yeah. And, you never hear them apply that statement to, white icons. You'll never hear somebody say, oh, if Madonna died, you're never going to hear somebody say Madonna, transcended race, or who the fuck else ever they have. I don't know. Mick Jagger.
Yeah, when David Bowie passed, he was not described as transcending his race.
Yeah, not at all. And it's just despite the fact that David Bowie is actually pretty pro-black as well. So it's just it's amazing where that label falls and who you apply to versus who you don't. Selena's anniversary had passed, and you never heard anybody talk about Selena transcending race, which actually is really weird because you would think they would apply that to her. Because the fact that she brought a lot of, culture to America that was not there before.
The story of Muhammad Ali is very closely tied to race.
Yeah.
That's a big part of who he was.
You can't separate
Muhammad Ali would, not to put words in his mouth or anything, but I would imagine he would still use black as one of the first descriptors of himself.
Yeah.
As someone who was very proud of who they were.
Definitely.
like transcend race, what is it even? Like he transcended boxing. Like yeah, he totally transcended the sport he played in.
Yeah, I mean, even when he changed his name, they still refer to him as his government name for the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I know when people pass, people don't like to talk about unsavory elements of someone's life, but people did not like Muhammad Ali when he was being Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like white America, by and large, were not fans of his when he was taking a stand against the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
I mean, he was out there wilding out when that shit could have got you hung or shot.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing that, like, bothers me so much about it, because it's like anybody who does, like, even, like, the most, rudimentary, search on Muhammad Ali, you're going to learn very quickly that, number one, he was not a big fan, like, in his prime, and even later, he was not the biggest fan of white America at all. Like, he called it out all the time. Like, he would go speak at schools, and he would basically have white students come up to him, telling him how horrible he is for not wanting to fight in the Vietnam War, or how he needs to stop talking about race so much. And like, he held his ground on all of it. And it's like, he was not the biggest fan of white people at the time. Like, as he got older, obviously his views on the collective entity that is white people, they softened, but at no point did he become this person who's all like, yeah, man, like ebony, ivory, living in harmony. Like, oh my God, stop talking about race so much. Like, he was never that guy. Like, he talked about how hard it is being black to the day he died. So it's like, it's crazy that, media can literally wash all of that away and make this new version of Muhammad Ali that is safe for consumption for, certain segment of white America who might get uncomfortable with a man who was proud to be black.
Why? Could you imagine what they do with Martin Luther King today?
Man, Martin Luther King, he'd probably get assassinated again, unfortunately. Like, if you don't toe the American line too well, you don't last that long.
That new kind of whitewashing where they said, oh, Martin Luther King didn't get assassinated till he started talking about class issues.
Yeah.
As I say, bullshit.
If you're talking about being oppressed, they'll be like, hey, man, Martin Luther King didn't do it this way. You want to protest? Hey, man, Martin Luther King Jr. didn't do it this way. And it's like, actually, yes, he fucking did. Like, yeah, like, don't give me this nonsense, man.
And what's sad about it is racist. It comes from all segments of racist people, right? Republicans, liberals, they all swear by Martin Luther King until they don't.
Look at Bernie Bros, man. How often did you hear he marched with Martin Luther King as like some kind of badge of honor? Like, it's cool that he did it, but it's like, don't rest on fucking past accomplishments, man. Like, I'm not gonna vote on you just because of that. Like, continue to do things for the black community. Don't just keep going back to that.
He should just tap out because ain't nobody gonna give him the time of day now.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, like, when it came to Bernie, there's a lot of his policy that I really, really, really liked, and it's just like, but he kept framing everything as a class issue, and so it's just like,
that's an instant red flag to me.
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like, honestly, this is how I've always felt when it comes to voting in America as a person of color, or as a minority, period, whether you be a person of color, a woman, LGBT. We are always picking the lesser of two evils. And like, I think that's something that a lot of people, and by a lot of people, I specifically mean white, straight, Christian men, do not understand. It's like, we are always picking the less of two evils. There is never a time where we've had somebody who, quote unquote, represents us 100%, and we can vote with our full conscience, which is a phrase I hear a lot of, these white men saying when they're talking about how they won't vote for Hillary now. And it's like, boo-hoo, man. Like, you can't vote. Like, your guy is out. So, like, go for the next best thing. It sucks. Like, if Bernie would have won, I would have voted for Bernie, no problem. It's just like, don't sit there and say, fuck it, burn it all down, when there are going to be so many people who suffer if you do that. Like, being able to say that fuck it all mentality and let's just vote for Trump and let the world burn, that is like a privilege that they don't understand that they have. We were talking about Muhammad Ali, by the way. I don't know how we got to Bernie.
Yeah, it's going to take some editing. All right, so Harambe.
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened too. We got a lot. Damn.
And a lot of shit happened.
Dude, man, I knew that Harambe. I saw when I first saw the video, I knew that kid was black, and so I saw Twitter just blowing about this white kid. I was like, dude, that kid is black. And like black Twitter was just going in on white people who can't take care of their kids. I was like, oh god, this is gonna be so bad when they find out what's going on.
Yeah, I thought there was 2 different incidents.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what? I was talking about white kid. That kid is black as fuck.
You brought up his name, Harambe. It always makes me think of Kwanzaa, because isn't one of the days Harambe or something?
I have no clue. Sounds like it, but I'm not going to say yes or no with certainty.
Does any black person know the full 100% of a Kwanzaa?
No. That's true.
Because I only learned from my Puerto Rican 3rd grade teacher.
You're taught Kwanzaa by a Puerto Rican?
Yeah. Now, she was kind of militant.
No, there is no Harambe within the Kwanzaa thing. There is a Harambe in Africa. The Harambe House is the office of the president of Kenya in Nairobi. And yeah.
Well, they shot that gorilla dead.
Yeah, so they killed Harambe pretty quickly to save that little boy. And, everybody's like, oh my god, how did he get in there? And parents should have been watching and things like that. And that shit was crazy, man.
I kind of don't even want to talk about him.
I'm just shocked that I ain't seen no jokes.
Oh, they're out there.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm talking about the black, No, from the Stormfront.
Because it took too long for a lot of them to realize that the kid was black, though. It was like,
yeah,
people kept reposting like videos of a video and shit.
Yeah,
so they couldn't tell what was going on. So it's just like, oh my god. And a lot of people were focused on the parents less so than the child themselves. So
yeah, they like the next day they had the father's whole info out there. I said, damn. Well, I didn't know. I didn't even read the story until they did that, and that told me 100% that the family was black, because they wouldn't do that for a white family.
Yeah. Like the funny thing is that when the Harambe thing happened, me and this woman I know, we went to the zoo, right? And at the zoo, the gorilla exhibit was like literally just like a fence that was keeping them there. I'm not even joking. It was just a fucking fence.
Florida, man.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, fuck that.
Did the gorilla have a gun?
Huh? Dude, should have. Because I was like, people like were walking up to it. I was like, dude, if this gorilla wanted, he could literally rip this fucking fence or climb over it. Like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, we got to get out of here, yo.
This sounds like a janky zoo, man.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds dangerous.
They had him in like a petting zoo fence.
All zoos have like this sketchy one is him and said, if the animal really wanted to get in here, then he would get in here.
Yeah.
Because at the Columbia Zoo, they had this. I remember they probably changed it, but when I was a kid, we went there and they had this polar bear exhibit, and like you see the polar bear, then you can go down into this room that's like underwater. You can see the polar bear swim and stuff. Mm. And we went in there and it was kind of leaking at the corner of the glass.
Nope.
And as a kid, I was like, no, this can't be right, because one good smash and he's in here.
There is some zoo, I think in like China or Taiwan or something like that, where the tiger enclosure, like the tiger jumped out because they built the wall to like the exact height at which a tiger could jump, and they didn't account that that's an average and not like a limit to a tiger's ability.
Yeah,
this tiger's he's in the 1 percentile.
They got like the LeBron James of tigers in there, and he just like whooped on everyone.
Yeah, you go lively and you can see some some pretty fucked up zoo videos. Like there's one video where like a tiger just grabs a dude who's
like through the fence.
Yes, and I like, and it's like a picket fence. Why would you have something like that?
Yeah. Humanity's got to do better when it comes to zoos. This seems way too easy for animals just to turn on people.
I mean, like, it's like they're chilling at zoos because they want to.
That's what I feel like. It's like they're not really captive. They're just like, you know what? I'm gonna chill here. I get fucking free food and shit. I'll do it for right now. But one day, humans, I might spaz out and just kill you all.
The one thing about the story that still I think about is, shouldn't it be impossible for a kid to get into the gorilla enclosure? Like, right? Even if this was like some motivated ass kid.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You ever seen that movie, Baby's Day Out?
Yeah.
Maybe it was something like that.
I don't recall what happens in that movie.
Yeah, it's been way too long for me.
You know, the little kid in that ends up in a gorilla exhibit.
Well, I think the reason why is because like there's like, you know, like the gorilla exhibit at that particular zoo. It's like you've got the gorilla enclosure, and then you've got like where that water was, and then you've got like, I think it's like what, 10, 15, 20 feet before you can get to where the people are actually walking at. So they probably just put like, you know, just an average railing there because they're thinking nobody in their right mind is going to like go under the railing and jump down 20 feet into the fucking exhibit. But the boy did, and it's just like, well, you know, you guys should definitely work on that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was weird that the media like immediately started attacking his family when it really should have been like, how is this possible in America?
Yeah,
I mean, they went to have a day at the zoo, and they ended up having to release a press statement.
Like people were shaming the family for like having the boy there. It's like, dude, they took their kids to the zoo to teach them about fucking animals. Like, how the fuck do you shame somebody for wanting to educate their child?
Yeah, I mean that's what zoos are for.
Speaking of animal attacks, in Orlando, down in Angelus country, there's an alligator that ate a baby at a Disney resort, right?
Yeah. It was just outside. Like, I've been to Florida a couple of times, and the one thing that sticks in my mind out of all the visits is we stayed at this hotel, and next to this hotel was like this little river, creek, or whatever. And every 3 feet, and there's this high fence that like came up to your neck, and these big ass signs says, "Do not go near the water. There's alligators there." And if you go over Florida, you will see signs like that just about everywhere.
Yep.
Because they do not play and they do not care that humans live there.
Yep. They let the baby wander to a fucking. I don't know what they were doing. Were they letting the baby swim in the lagoon or something like that? And the alligator just snatched them. It's like, and then apparently there were signs up, so it's just like, what the fuck what are you doing? Like, don't ignore the signs. They're there for a reason. They're not there for jokes. Like, yeah. It's a fucking warning.
Was that a white baby?
Yeah.
When I first heard the story, and I said, did the croc get the mom too? Because if the baby was in there in the water, the mom should have been in there with him too.
Yeah, I don't understand the full story. Like,
well, why is there won't be no nobody standing for those alligators? I bet
they killed like 4 of them, right? So far, looking for that one.
I have no clue.
I know they killed a couple looking for the one that took the baby, but they already released a statement saying that the baby's probably dead already.
Yeah, I thought I heard they found him.
They found his body.
Yeah.
So yeah, they said they found the body.
No, I haven't really been keeping up.
I haven't. It goes across my Twitter feed.
The alligator didn't eat it?
I don't know. So from what I've
this is getting kind of morbid.
Yeah. No, it wasn't gonna be about the alligator. It's just like apparently like gators because they said that the gator that they found could not eat the baby whole, and so what it does is it submerges it under like water or like under a log or something like that and eats it later. So,
yeah, they gators they like their food partially rotten.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
So did that baby's father commit any crimes?
They did not pull out any information on the father, which is not shocking, but it is what it is.
Was he late on his AT&T bill?
Let's move on. I heard a story about Angelus' old friend.
Who?
Casey Anthony?
Yeah.
Here we go with this shit.
That her lawyer took sets and trade.
Damn. Well, so let's move on again.
one more pivot.
I mean,
that was really about the end of it.
I mean, you knew her. Is that something she could have done?
Sure, I don't know.
I mean, you used to party with her.
You're trying so hard. It's like it's commendable. It really is. It's really not working though.
But did you not meet her?
What does that have to do with anything? Like, what does that have to do with your story?
It's just hilarious.
Oh, no correlations, but word.
That's the closest that this podcast is to a celebrity.
6 degrees with Angelus.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, now we also got another thing happened in fucking Orlando. Well, 2 things happened in Orlando. That voice singer Christina Grimmie got shot, and then a day later, the Orlando shooting happened. Like,
did you see the picture of the guy that shot her?
No.
If you saw him and say, yeah, this he looks like a stalker.
Yeah, I heard that she was killed by a stalker, so I was just like, that shit is crazy. Well, yeah,
so the shooting in Orlando, where the guy went to a gay nightclub and killed 50 people. Just the last podcast we were talking about guns, because that video we saw with that kid. But again, nothing's gonna change.
It's not, unfortunately. It will not.
I actually saw that. I think it was Associated Press had a story about Donald Trump meeting with the NRA to talk about limiting ownership of guns by, I forgot who. I'm sure it was like
people on a watch list.
Yeah, like something like that. But that seems like something the NRA still wouldn't be for.
Which is funny because, like, what is it? Like a week and a half prior to the shooting, Obama talked about that exact thing. He was like, there are people that we're watching, but we can't stop them from getting guns because the NRA won't let us. And then you come to find out that this particular guy was one that they were watching, but they couldn't stop him from buying a gun. And it's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, and then the other news that came out was that his name is Omar Mateen, but like came out that he had been to the club like quite a few number of times, and like he had tried hooking up with men on dating apps. And so like the leading theory is that he was gay, but I guess either he was scared to come out about it, or he was tired of getting rejected, or both. And so his wife, who he beat on, apparently she helped him stalk out the place, like find out the best time to do it, and who, the best time as in what time, and then the day that he should do the killing. But I have not heard anything if she's going to be charged as an accomplice, which I would be upset if she is not. And then the other thing that came out of it was apparently, like, one of the survivors, she was talking about, like, how she doesn't deserve to live because apparently when he was going around killing people, he wasn't killing any of the black people there. He was trying to avoid killing the black people there, saying that we had suffered enough. And so that shit was crazy, man. Like 50 people were killed and 53 injured. And it's just like nothing will be done.
No. And they were so rushed to say that it was, a Muslim did it. And just like, hey, they investigated for like one day and found out that this dude was just crazy.
Yeah. But they're still trying to paint it as a quote unquote act of terrorism, It's like, And then the thing that the big thing that's come out of it, like, well, the second big thing, obviously the biggest being these people, their lives are, have been extinguished, is like this amazing fake solidarity that the conservative right is doing right now, framing it as, you attack them, you attack us, and like, this was a attack on America, and we need to stand together, and like, see, this is what Islam teaches, homophobia. And it's like, holy shit, you guys acting like for the last fucking 5, 6, 10 years, you have not been trying to pass all kinds of anti-LGBT laws and shit, trying to make their lives more difficult. Now all of a sudden you're fucking champions for them. Like, it's ridiculous. And people have been
it's straight up, it's like, it reminds me of that dude down in Santa Barbara who went around town shooting people. When people just try to say it's just some crazy person. Like, but this is, this is the kind of person you create when society is as toxically homophobic and misogynistic as America's is. And then you mix that up with very easy access to guns, and you get incidents like these.
Did you see the Anderson Cooper interview with the
Oh yes,
I did.
Well,
he roasted that girl.
He tweeted that shit like 80 times, man. Like, he fucking went in on her. And like, that's what I like about Anderson, man. Like, he's always been that guy who stands up to their bullshit and like just calls shit as he sees it. And like, she needed to be checked on that shit, because like, she's sitting there trying to talk about how, like, she put up a rainbow fist on her fucking webpage and shit like that. And he's just like, yeah, but you've been trying to like pass all kinds of fucking anti-LGBT laws forever. Like, the LGBT community hates your guts. And she's like trying to worm out of it. And it's like, no, like, this blood is on your fucking hands. It's like, in my opinion, it's on everybody's hands who tried to pass laws throughout the 50 states and make these sweeping, generalizations about how, trans people are going into other bathrooms to rape women and take kids and shit like that. Like, you create this when you say that kind of shit repeatedly.
He wore her ass out. And when somebody says, well, I've been reading your timeline for the last year or so, that's when you should just walk away. Nothing good will come from it.
And like it's ridiculous, because like, the conservative right, they do this a lot. Like, they are very quick to want to shit on anybody not white, straight male, right? But then when something happens to, the minority groups, all of a sudden they like, oh my God, this is an attack on all of us, solidarity, rah, 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 and like, everybody sees through the bullshit so quickly. Like, just point in case, man, when Dylan Roof, or what the fuck his little name is, he shot up the church and killed the 9 people in Charleston, On TV, you heard the right, conservative right, saying, this is tragic. This was an attack on all Americans, not just African Americans. It's like, no, bitch. This was an attack on African Americans. He put it in his manifesto. He told you the reason why he was doing it. When he got into the church, he said why he was doing it to the people there. This was not an attack on you. You didn't suffer. Like it was specifically targeted to African Americans. It was not targeted to Christians. And
that was even worse when they said it was an attack on religious freedom.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, because number one, he was a Christian extremist, so it was not an attack on Christianity, because he was a Christian. He was from a crazy sect, sure, but he still identified as Christian. And like, that's the dangerous thing that a lot of them seem to ignore, is that you paint with broad strokes all these groups of people and like fan these flames of like hate and like how they're the others. And as Moris said, we've got so much, our access to guns is so easy. Like, a reporter at Washington Post, she went into Walmart and she got an AR-15 in 7 minutes. 7 fucking minutes.
Dude, there's that other dude. He bought one on Craigslist.
Yeah, and it's like,
he met up with some dude in a parking lot, paid him $500, and got it 15 minutes flat.
Like, you can get a gun. Like, it takes me longer to get registered to fucking drive a fucking car. Like, it takes me longer to get a fucking iPhone, man. And it's like,
yeah. That reporters, after the fact, they went to the police station to turn in the gun, and they said it took longer and took more paperwork to turn in the gun than it did to buy it.
And it's like, you've got such easy access to gun. You flan this rhetoric about, how the others are just so horrible and they're destroying America. And then you act appalled and shocked when, like, this kind of shit happens at a very frequent rate. And it's like, what the fuck, man?
There is one congressman, Jim Himes, who's not observing any more moments of silence, which is really, really dope of him. I think not that long ago, some other representative asked Paul Ryan about the progress on some bill, and he just like straight up cut his mic and like went on to the next issue. And so that it sparked, I don't know if you would call it a protest, but yeah, some politicians are no longer observing moments of silence.
I mean, I agree with them because like I absolutely hate it when, after the shooting, you saw these conservatives who had voted, against bills to regulate guns in some fashion, talking about thoughts and prayers for the people. And it's like, thoughts and prayers don't fucking change shit. Like, it's an empty platitude that you say to yourself to make yourself feel better. But you're going to go to work the next day and still not pass any meaningful gun reform. Like, it's bullshit. And, like, I hate when I see people talking about some prayers and thoughts. Like, prayers and thoughts don't change shit. That doesn't make anybody feel better except for yourself. Like, quit saying that shit and do something. Like, nobody put you in office to fucking have prayers and thoughts. We put you in office to pass bills and laws.
All right, so the next thing I have on my list is the Stanford rape case.
Yeah.
Which, fuck this dude or whatever, but the one aspect of the story that, like, had me taken back was the fact that when they released the story that they didn't release his mugshot. And they used his photo from some sort of college function where he has, like, his suit and tie on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And like every time it was reported, they made sure that everyone knew that he was a swimmer and a very good one. Like, as if that meant shit.
Yeah, and the U.S. swim, whoever it is that's overall like competition swimming in the United States said nah, he'll never swim for us.
Yeah, he's banned for life from competing. And it's like, it's pretty fucked when the U.S. Swimming Committee doles out, harsher punishment than our fucking judicial system. It's like, what the fuck, man?
You heard about his friend that wrote like a note saying he's not a bad guy?
Yeah, she's like from a member of like some weird fucking music group.
Yeah, called Good English, some hipster like pop band. And that got out, and like everybody is canceling their gigs with them and saying, nah, we don't want this.
I mean, because, like, there's no way to defend that shit. And, like, it was disgusting what his father said, you're going to...
Well, she tried.
Yeah, like, and they're going to be like, his father said, you're going to try to destroy his life for 20 minutes of action. I'm like, holy fuck, man. Like, how heartless crazy. Are you? Like, I read that girl's fucking note, that letter that she wrote. And she read in trial, dude, that shit, I was like, fuck, man. I read that full thing and felt so horrible. I was just like, bro, what the fuck, man?
Has he like, gave an interview or anything?
Nope. He hasn't even expressed remorse.
No, because he has amazing lawyers. He's not ever going to say anything.
I assume his family got money.
Yeah.
I don't think you could get on a swim team without, like, showing pay stubs and shit. Like, everyone on that swim team has, like, a trust fund and shit.
Yeah. Like, white privilege personified, man. Like, that shit makes no sense. Like, how, like, the judge can sit there and say that, don't want to give him too harsh of a punishment because it would, disrupt his life. Like, basically told a woman who got raped, shit happens. Like, that's so
there's
fucked.
two real fucked up aspects to the judge conceding that, or saying that jail would change him. He's acknowledging that jail changes people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in this case, that is an undesirable thing for this kid to go through, despite all the other kids thrown into the system.
Yep.
However fairly or unfairly.
Yep.
And this judge acknowledging that our prison system is not in any way rehabilitative.
Yeah.
It's like, it is. Well, I mean, in the case of rape, I'm not sure exactly what you could do for rehabilitation. But he is basically saying, he's like, yeah, we're going to, like, if we take him to jail, we're going to turn this kid into a savage.
Yeah. He basically acknowledges that prison is not for rehabilitation, but it's just punitive punishment. That's it. Like, that's the only function it serves, is vengeance and punitive punishment.
And in this case, I could see that. Where what can you really do to rehabilitate someone who, by the accounts of other women on campus, is creepy and aggressive and would rape an unconscious woman?
Yeah,
I'm not sure exactly what you could do to ensure that he leaves prison a better person. But at the very least, this guy being put away for some certain amount of time would give his victim some sort of peace of mind that he's far away from her.
Yeah.
And that's what's really fucked up, is that was like 3 months from now,
he'll be out.
He'll just be back out just doing his thing. Like you did something that put some people away for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And you are out before like the next season of The Walking Dead comes back.
That's a sentence people with non-violent offenses get.
Yeah.
For real, there are people like in jail doing years for like possession of marijuana.
That's the fucked up part, is how completely unfair the punishment being doled out in America is.
How long did Wesley Snipes do for his taxes?
Years. Like, I think at least, dude, I don't fucking know. It's years. But we've always known that the American judicial system, the prison system, was completely and utterly a fucking piece of shit. Like, that's always been known. And I think that this particular case has shown a lot of people who would otherwise be oblivious to that fact that, hey, this is kind of fucked. And, like, a lot of people always say, man, it takes this happening to, like, number one, it takes it happening to a white person for people to realize that something is fucked, despite the fact that people have been voicing their concerns and their complaints for decades.
You think they're gonna try to try the case, or?
I mean, honestly, they really can't, though. It'd be double jeopardy, because the verdict was already rendered, so you can't retry for rape again.
What about the judge? You think they'll get him up out of there?
They're trying to. I don't think there's ever been, not sure on this because I could be completely wrong, but I don't think there's ever been a incident in history in which a judge's ruling was considered null under these pretenses. So I don't think the kid can be tried again for rape because his verdict was already rendered. So yeah, unfortunately, he's probably just going to get his little fucking 3 months, come out with his little trust fund, having a few million, and I can't get a job because I got a felony, but it's okay because, my dad's fucking rich, so I don't have to work anyway. It's fucked, man.
That's not even, like, that's another part of his privilege, is that white men with felonies have an easier time finding work.
Yeah. The only thing I respect about this entire thing was the fact that they never said the rape victim's name. They never put her picture out there. That's like the only bright side I can see to any of this. Like, they kept her anonymous, which I'm honestly fucking shocked, because in most rape cases, if not all, the very first thing they do is like plaster the rape victim out there, like, yeah, look at this girl who got raped, so that people can already make a predetermination on her, like, oh, she looked like she was the kind of girl to get into that kind of shit. And, like, it's disgusting, but like I said, I'm happy that in this particular situation, her mug was not plastered all over for the internet to see and ridicule her at every turn.
I heard that one of the many aspects of the trial that was suspect was his initial statement to the police was that he didn't know she was unconscious.
Yeah, like, how the fuck do you not know?
And then after she testified in court that she was unconscious, and he got with his lawyers and basically said, oh yeah, she gave me consent, because then at that point she wasn't able to, she's saying she was unconscious, but she was saying that he was informed that he had consent.
Yeah, didn't he like share a video of her? Like,
yeah, he did. He shared the video of her. He took pictures and took videos and shared it with the rest of his swim team. And he said that, it was the only way that he could be part of the crew, quote unquote, It was like a rite of passage. I'm like, so basically you're saying that your entire swim team raped women? Like, is that what you're saying? We should all, y'all should investigate this. But he said it was peer pressure, whatever. I'm like, whatever, dude.
And I also heard that this was really shitty because it also sets a precedent.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine a lot of kids like him asking, flat out, why do I deserve more prison time than, whatever that dude's name is? I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of saying his name, but, why do I get more time than he did for the same crime? And they can even throw in, I'm actually remorseful for it, and I'm sorry that I did it, so I don't think I should get that kind of punishment. And the next thing you know I think we should move on now.
Yeah.
It's kind of grim. Oh, God.
Don't we have any happy news?
I don't think I wrote any happy news down.
No, definitely don't have any of those.
Those stories are few and far between.
It really is. It really.
YG's album came out.
There you go. Serena Williams is the highest paid female athlete in the world. Because fucking Sharapova was doping, and they finally banned her ass.
Not only was Sharapova doping, but her and those other Russian people that got banned, they were literally using Russian super soldier stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much out there beating the Winter Soldier.
Oh, shit. I think that whole thing, how it's gone down, is amazing. Because it's like everybody and their mom has been so sure that, Serena Williams is this big doper because she's got muscles. It's like, no, because she goes to the fucking gym and she lifts.
Yeah. She's been that, and she's been training for forever.
Yeah. And there was even that interview where all the other women were the reason why they don't go to the gym like Serena does is because they want to look feminine. It's just that's why you're getting your ass beat.
Serena looks plenty feminine.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. I think she looks beautiful. She's destroying you women. Sharapova has she's only won twice against Serena. Holy fuck. You should be embarrassed.
I'm not big into shoes or anything, but have y'all seen those Steph Curry shoes?
New Balances.
The prescription Curries.
Yeah.
Oh, man, boy.
They said those are shoes for people that say all lives matter.
Well, those some geriatric shoes like a mofo, man.
They do look like shoes for people that can't bend over and tie their shoes.
They really do,
slip on.
He needs to release a new colorway for those shits, man.
He couldn't have signed off on that. He could not have. Either that or somebody taught him something.
I don't know, man. I saw those things. I was like, is he serious? All whites like that? Damn, B.
That's a bold choice.
It really was. I was like, man, those are some shoes that geriatrics wear. And he got clowned so hard for it. But
how was that not clowned at the Under Armour office?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
How did it get far enough where it was announced to the public?
Because most of the shareholders and high ups are old geriatric white men. They're probably this shoe is nice. I would wear this. That should have been your first warning sign when they were like, I would wear this.
Back to the drawing board.
Oh, this is a fucking wash. Let me try that something else.
I bet they sell out though.
Maybe. I don't know. I hope for Under Armour's sake, because them shits are ugly as hell. Dang, man. I've never seen shoes. I've seen shoes that are hideous, but they're from companies like New Balance. They specialize in making hideous shoes.
I saw that tweet. Steph Curry's a good dude because he got shoes that no one will ever kill someone for.
Oh, shit. That's hilarious. Those shoes are so fucking horrible. Dude, I feel I would never buy them ever.
Yeah, I'm not a shoe connoisseur of any by any measure. I'm not really into the sneaker culture, but yeah, those are.
Yeah, the day I
I wouldn't buy those for someone who asked for them.
Like, the day you contemplate wearing shit like that is the day you can officially just know that you're old as shit. That's that pivotal moment for you.
Like, you register Republican and they ship those things to you.
You go to donate those and they'd be like, nah, we good.
Oh shit! Show up to Trump rallies with those bad boys and an All Lives Matter T-shirt. Bleeding right the fucking man. Oh man, yeah, they're pretty ugly. It's a damn shame. Damn shame. He needs to fire whoever his designer is and get a new one. Like, because that shit looks hideous. Like some shit Steve Harvey would wear.
How long has Steve Harvey been bald? Because I know he was fooling people with that wig for a long ass time.
I don't know. It's been a while.
He used to have that high top, which is...
Yeah, that he like snapped on every morning.
Which is so funny that he used to rock the high top. And like, as I was saying before the podcast started, like, he made that fucking camp talking about some afros and things like that, you know, aren't presentable, and it just holds you back and it makes you look, you know, unprofessional. I'm like, dude, you had a high top for like fucking 30 years, like 30 years running.
Well, that ain't his fault. Whoever made him that high top wig probably died and couldn't get a replacement.
Just
he was rocking that high top out of necessity.
Dude, it's just so crazy to hear him like say all that shit. Like, I'm used to Steve Harvey saying negative shit, like just anti-black, but he thinks he's like woke shit. But like, it's just ridiculous, like the extent that he has gone to now. Like I said before the podcast started, like, he said that he doesn't care about slavery and he doesn't like talking about it because he thinks it's in the past and we should stop bringing it up. Like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, like, told that one girl, you know, if your non-black boyfriend can't say the N-word, then nobody should be able to say it, or that's the reason why we don't get respect as a group, is because we're still holding on to that word. I'm like, bruh, are you serious?
Yeah, he just I don't know if he's got a lot of white demographic, or he just always thought like this, or
no, I think he leaned into that sellout route real hard.
Yeah. And well, the thing is like, there's like, people don't like to admit it, but there is like especially the older demographic of black people, like, there are a lot that, you know, who I won't say they're sellouts or they're coons, but like, they are a part of that respectability politics, like, mindset that, you know, we have to basically shine the master's shoes in order to, you know, put on our best suit, shine their shoes, and like say yes sir, no sir in order to get ahead. And for what that was his main market in my view. And then as he got more famous, that's when he went down to basically just being a flat out sellout, like, you know, just F black people, period. But the problem is like, he still has a huge command of that demographic. Like, his book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, that made the movie Think Like a Man, it sold so well, like, because people believe his nonsense. Like, this is a man who's been married 4 fucking times, telling other women what they need to do in order to, number one, get a man and keep a man. And it's like when I heard that radio, you know, his radio thing, he's telling, like, he's basically saying that the reason why men, black men in particular, we cheat is because black women aren't doing what they need to do in order to keep a black man, right? And so he's got 2 co-hosts, you know, the woman D, she's like a little bit more, she's the voice of reason, and then you got the other guy whose name I don't fucking know. He makes like this weird dollar store version of Medea voice all the time. And so, like, he's like, callers, what do you think? You know, the men are like, yeah, I agree with it. You know, I only cheat because she doesn't, you know, I'm not happy, whatever. And the women are like, you know, obviously, hell no, it's not our fault. And like I said, you got that one woman, she called in, and she's like, you know, I just hate black men, period, because, you know, you're all dogs, things like that. And like Steve is like, but he's like, so you date white men? And she's like, no, I don't date white men. She's like, I still love my people, and I would never date a white man, so I just date Asian and Latinos. And, you know, Steve is like, well, you know, and she's like, do you allow them to say the N-word? And she's like, sometimes I try to stop them, but I honestly don't care. And here comes Steve Harvey with his nonsense about, you know, nobody should, like, I think anybody should say that word, or nobody should. And I see why people say that, but I still think it's a stupid thing to say. And then he goes on about fucking, oh, well, you know, like if you're dating, you know, these other men, he's like, it makes no sense to me, you know, why we should be entertaining your opinion, because he's like, you don't date black men, so what is your opinion's worthless, which is fucked up to say to somebody on the radio, number one, and it's just fucked up to say in general. And so I'm like, well, Steve, like, I'm thinking, dude, you're basically validating what she's saying about black men, you know, and like, to make matters worse is like I see people say that, like, people were arguing about that episode on Twitter, and like they were like I said earlier, it was a guy and a girl, you know. I expect deuces. I honestly, not gonna lie, I expect a lot of black men to fetishize other ethnic groups because we're stupid, man. But like,
I agree.
Yeah, like we know you agree. But like honestly, like, because the men and the women, like, we are fetishized in a different way, you know, guys, we don't, you know, a lot of black men don't care about it. And so he was going on about how he doesn't like black women for, you know, X, Y, and Z reason. And she was going on, I don't like black men because X, Y, and Z reason. You guys do this, this, and this. And so I only date, you know, Asian, Latino. And like both this dude and this girl were swearing that like they were woke and stuff like that. And I'm sitting here thinking like, wow, like y'all two are basically arguing right over each other over the exact same thing, but you don't even realize it, because they were getting mad at each other. They're like, stop saying that all men are this. And he was like, stop. She was saying, stop saying all women are like this. And he was saying, stop saying that all black men are like this. And I'm just sitting here like, I want to jump in on this, but I'm not trying to get roasted. So I didn't say shit. I was like, I'm just going to stay out of it. So I just commented on my fucking Twitter. I was just like, this is crazy. Like, you freaking sit here and say that, you know, you're woke, but you're allowing especially for the men's, like you allow, you know, your white girlfriend or whatever to call you nigger with a hard R, you know, freely, but you swear that you're woke. And it's like, okay, whatever, bruh. And it's just like, Steve Harvey, like, obviously he's not the one who enables that mindset, but he reinforces that mindset.
I don't know. It might all be Steve Harvey's fault. Yeah. Fuck his high top. Fuck his bald head. Dude, his fucking mustache.
It really
fuck
is
his fucking goofy voice.
I hate everything about Steve Harvey, man. Like, and like, because like I was saying, as I was like in that thread reading those two go back and forth, and there were other people talking about other shit Steve Harvey has said and done, you know? Like, I don't really check for Steve Harvey. Like, I don't care about the guy. I barely know him. Like, the only thing I know about Steve Harvey was the Steve Harvey Show back in the day, and the fact that he was one of the quote unquote kings of comedy, along with Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, and D.L. Hughley. That's beginning and end of my knowledge of Steve Harvey right there.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of funny that two of the four really turned out to be assholes.
Honestly, yeah, I'm not shocked that all of them aren't assholes, but yeah.
But who, Cedric or DL?
DL. He was like, you remember when that dude Columbus Short, who was beating his wife? DL said why she went to the police? She fucking up their money. And he also said something about something on some respectability politics, but he said something recently.
I know he said something that got him didn't he get like blacklisted from TV for saying something, or like award shows or something like that? I forgot.
It was something recent. Yeah, he said something really dumb,
and it really fucked him up for a while. Well, not financially, but like as far as what he can do within the entertainment industry. But yeah, like.
Well, if you have access to the old Cedric the Entertainer stand-up, what I find hilarious is when he does that like hacky white person voice in his old stand-up. Like, that's his voice now. That's the voice he uses when he like hosts award shows and shit.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. And like honestly, like Cedric, he seems to be like the most down to earth out of all of them, you know. Like, but like Steve Harvey is just like, I swear he's like the most toxic dude ever, man. And like it's sad that so many people not only like listen to him, but like practice what he preaches. You know, it's crazy. Like, it blew my mind to see people within my demographic, you know, within our age group, you know, co-signing on Steve and like the stuff that they were saying. It's like, bruh, like, what the fuck? Like, I saw people co-signing on the idea that, yeah, you know, if you want to be taken seriously by, you know, corporate America or just by America in general, you need to, you know, dress the part, you know. And it's like, do y'all not realize that MLK got murdered wearing a fucking 3-piece suit? Like, what the fuck, man?
Google any picture. He got beat by the police in a 2-piece suit. Google any picture of MLK. He's always dressed to death.
Yeah, and that doesn't stop him from being, you know, assaulted and like having racist people come up to him and like fucking trying to dehumanize him. It's like, that's not going to, like, at some point people have to really learn and realize that it doesn't matter what you wear or how you speak or how you dress, like, because that's not what they're looking at when they're judging you. They're looking at your skin color, and that's not something you can just turn off, you know. So it's like, it's crazy that that Steve Harvey, you know, it's doubly crazy to me because the fact that Steve Harvey's old as fuck. He's got to be like at least fucking like 60, 70, 80. So like this motherfucker he was around.
I don't think he's 80.
Fine, not 80, but we'll say 60, 70, okay? So this motherfucker was definitely around pre-civil rights. He might have been a child. He might have been like a teen or whatever. But he was around pre-civil fucking rights. So it's like, it's crazy to hear somebody from that era, God, I hate that word, say like half the shit that he says on the regular. Like,
he's 59.
Oh, so
yeah, he was born in 57.
Okay, so he got the tail end of it, damn it. And so it's like,
man, rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
I get to hold out some hope that he would have not gone down this path.
Yeah, and so like, I don't know, like, because that's actually the other funny thing is like, not Bernie Mac, what's his name? Cedric the Entertainer. Like, he's not the most woke guy in the world, but he's pretty pro-black. So it's like, it's crazy that those guys are all friends and like none of that shit rubbed off on Steve at all. It's like, what the fuck? Like, did you just like not like your friends? What, like, was it all pretend for you?
I'm willing to bet that he's probably so far up his ass he couldn't hear anything but his own voice.
I mean, he has to be, man. Like, any man who's been, like I said, like any guy who has been married 4 times, you lose the right to fucking try to educate other people on how to maintain a marriage. Like, you couldn't maintain 4 of them, dude. Like, why would we listen to you?
We know DL Hughley's real dumb, and Steve Harvey says some stupid ass shit.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of anything that Cedric the Entertainer has said.
I don't think he's really said anything outlandish. He just, seems to me, he just does movies and just goes home.
Yeah.
Like, let me record this movie, get my money. All right, do I need anything else? No, I'm going home. And that's it. Like,
I was kind of hopeful that he may have said something because I was going to title this episode The Uncle Tom's a Comedy. But I guess I shouldn't do that now because it only seems like it's 2 of them.
I mean, we can always find something out real fast. Power of Google.
And also, rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
I swear, if he actually has anything crazy, I'm going to hate you so much, Moris.
You're going to be mad that I ruined Cedric the Entertainer for you.
Like, damn it, Moris. Damn it. Controversy.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Nope. Nothing. Well, let me...
What?
Wait, hold on. Oh, God. Nope. Nothing. Sorry. It's false alarm.
He's clean.
It's clean.
Cedric the Entertainer's clean.
He just goes to work and goes home.
Clock in, clock out, collects his check.
Yeah, well, it says something about barbershop controversy, but this is from 2002, so it doesn't count. So,
Oh, that was the Rosa Parks joke in the barbershop.
Doesn't count. Does not count. Everybody makes mistakes. And Steve Harvey actually apparently had a feud with Bernie Mac. What?
Because Bernie Mac was funnier than he was?
I mean, they were all funnier than his ass was. Steve Harvey was garbage.
Yeah, he that's what kills me. He had that old tired player persona for so many years. Now he's religious and all about relationships and all that.
Yeah. Have y'all seen that YouTube video that's like 5 minutes of Steve Harvey just saying a bunch of really fucked up shit? Like, I never saw it until until that Saturday and Sunday we were talking about Steve Harvey on my timeline with people. But like, it's like,
dude, how often do you talk about Steve Harvey?
It was, dude, no, because like basically I would talk about it and then like somebody would retweet something and I would read it. And
Steve
then I would
Harvey's real big in Angelus as well.
Well, no, you saw he was about to be upset about Cedric the Entertainer.
I wasn't, man. Cedric's clean, man.
What's your feelings on Bill Bellamy?
I mean, Bill Bellamy, nobody cares about that dude, man. When was the last time he was relevant?
That nigga was doing AOL jokes in 2012.
Like, what was the last thing he's really done, though, man?
Didn't he have like a Netflix special?
Wait, what? No, I don't think he did.
No, he still does stand up because I went to go see a comedy show once and they had his name up. Like, he's gonna be here next month.
I don't think Bill Bellamy.
So I know he's still traveling around telling his jokes.
Oh,
did you expect him to be doing anything else?
You're actually right. He does have a thing on Netflix, but it's on Netflix DVDs.
Oh, that don't count.
It's called Bill Bellamy for... Oh, wait. Yeah, Platinum Comedy presents Bill Bellamy for Rent.
Because he probably actually needed rent money.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he doesn't have anything on the actual Netflix. Like, crazy. Wait, actually, hold on.
He's 51 years old. Dang.
Yeah, he aged pretty horribly, man.
He did?
Yeah.
Let me Google.
Wait, no. Like, he's got something on Netflix. He's got something from 2012 called Crazy, Sexy, Dirty. Why would you do this,
that
Netflix?
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, Netflix? What are you doing? Netflix is all about diversity.
I was just looking at his wiki. Oh, I remember he was in that bootleg Fast and Furious show that Fox tried.
Really?
Yeah, called Fastlane.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah, 2012.
I still remember How to Be a Player. I think that's the only thing of his I've seen.
I mean, that's the only thing most people have seen, really, man.
Yeah, we were fooled by that.
I mean... I used to always get Bill Bellamy confused with what's his name?
Flex.
Yeah, Flex Anderson. I used to always get those two confused, man. He aged horribly as hell, man. God, that dude looks like he's been through some shit.
Well, yeah. You know, he had all kind of financial problems.
I mean, finance is like the number one fucking problem that people have that makes them age, man. That shit will fuck you up.
Damn, but Flex Alexander's forehead looks like it's been extended.
I still can't believe they got him to play
Michael Jackson. Yeah, like as he got older, his forehead just got bigger. Damn.
Yeah, it's like he put all his money into risky elective surgery to expand his forehead.
Holy shit, dude. That shit is crazy. Like, you can literally just watch it getting bigger as he gets older. It's not like his hairline is receding. It's like the forehead is just literally...
Yeah, it's not like... His hair is the same. There's just more skull there.
His forehead never stopped growing. Damn shame.
I think this is the second time we've talked about Flex Alexander on this show.
Probably.
It's 2 times too many.
Hey, we could probably get him for an interview.
I would not doubt that.
Tell him I
was going to say maybe he could sponsor us, but shit, at this point, we may have to sponsor Flex.
Yeah, we have to pay him.
Everybody pinching like $50. Like, go get yourself something to eat, fam.
I think that's about it for this episode.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout to Barry at Podcast in Color. She runs a Twitter account where they curate Black hosted podcasts.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, she does a lot of good work. Like she isn't as big as she should be, I don't think. But yes, you should follow her on Twitter. I think it's Podcast in Color. You could Google it. She has a website too where she has the directory up. And there are a ton of Black hosted, Black subject matter podcasts if you are looking.
Oh, dope. I'll check it out.
Yeah, there's way more than you would even think. There's a ton. And go to our website, sowellspoken.com.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Twitter at SWS Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And subscribe, leave a review.
Mm-hmm.
Dreams, if you're listening, come back. We're sorry. We didn't mean it, Dreams. We were just joking.
We apologize.
We apologize multiple times, Dreams. You need to stop playing and come back. We need your input.
Oh, shout out to Bevel. Always got to give them a shout out.
Man, I'm just gonna start lying and saying that they're paying us.
They accidentally start sending us checks.
Yeah, maybe they're like, "Oh shit, we're paying them," and then like, "Yeah, that check's late. We didn't get that this month's check."
Oh, Loot Crate started sponsoring podcasts now.
Do we really want Loot Crate money though?
I'll take anyone's money.
Hey, David Duke wanted a commercial. Hey, I cut it.
Slayven will do it. I won't sink that low. I'll let Slayven cut the promo for David Duke ad.
Yeah, that's all you, Slay.
Hey, maybe we can get a J-Date sponsorship.
I'm fine with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Farmers only too.
Any sort of Bay app. I know we haven't mentioned you in a while.
It's a great app. I met a girl on there.
Hey, Airbnb, you trying to sort out your diversity stuff?
There you go.
Sponsor us.
We'll get you some Black people up in there, man. No doubt, because I think Noir B&B is going to take all your shit. So hit us up.
What's the other place called?
They got a new one called Noir B&B.
Oh, basically. For like people of color?
Yep.
Well, maybe you should just hit them up.
Yeah, that's true too. Hit up both. No, we don't like. There's no limited number of slots for sponsors. Take as many as we got.
Hey, I do a whole hour straight of commercials.
We could come up with some shit.
We'll do some Zuckerberg. Shit. He said that Black Lives Matters. Hit us up. Dude, imagine if we got like fucking Solo Spoken like fucking affiliated with Facebook. That would be crazy as shit.
I don't know what it would be.
I'll take MySpace's money. That's
sell some T-shirts, right? Sell some hats.
Napster's coming back. We'll do Napster.
There you go.
Napster comes back every 3 years.
Yeah, but this time for real.
They ain't playing no
real
games
comeback.
Anymore. HBO will take your money too. We'll make a visual album.
We'll get something one day. And
I
ain't gonna tell neither of you about it. I'm just gonna direct deposit that to my account and just keep doing these with you guys.
Oh, we'll find out.
Oh, we'll find out. Yeah, when you be playing Overwatch with your PlayStation VR.
Next thing you know, somebody bought like 900 loot boxes. Like, damn, Moris, why'd you buy so many loot boxes, fam?
Alright, I'll see you guys next time.
Alright.
Okay.